Good afternoon, everybody. It's Sunday afternoon. Coffee on, coffee strong. Appreciate you joining Coffee with Brian. Hope your coffee is as good as mine. If you would, subscribe to the channel, man, and give me a thumbs up. That lets the YouTube know to share the channel. The topic of today's video. If you are retired or you're getting ready to retire, here's some things to kind of be aware of. First of all, with me, you got to psych yourself out. You go through a kind of a deal where you wake up Monday morning and you're like, dang, I ain't got to go to work. Same thing Tuesday. Dang, I ain't got to go to work. Okay, here's the thing. A lot of people, this is what I want to show you here. And I'm still a sworn deputy, okay? For about 32 years of my life, this is what I did. This was me, okay? I'm not going to say that's the only thing I know how to. Some people will say, well, that's all I know how to do, And I almost got back in it at a hospital working, the police force at the hospital. But I just decided that 30-some years of law enforcement is enough. It's too dangerous out there. It's always been dangerous, but in today's time, it just ain't a good time with everybody taking cheap shots at law enforcement officers. So the biggest thing you need to do is schedule out an activity each day, okay? I get up, I have my coffee, I get me some water, I go walk my mile or I walk some laps, at least 30 minutes. So there's a track down the road from me, or I'll just walk around my yard. I try to get my walking in. My building out back, I keep my workout set up there, so I'm working out with my weights and doing all that. Chest work and arm work and a little bit of leg work. I try to do that every day. My weights is 3 times a week usually when I'm not lazy. If it's 110 outside, I'm not running the air in the building because there's no use for it. It won't never cool it. And I've got to insulate it anyway, but at least I got the time to do it. It starts cooling off, I can get to it and get to work on it. But you could always find things to do. I teach guitar. I've got a Blazing Brian guitar. I got a guitar channel where I teach guitar on that. Everything from my metal days to my country, and I do that. And I like to do fishing. I've got a boat, so in fact, I'm gonna go tomorrow and check out a lake that I've been wanting to go to. Pull the boat there and do some fishing. And their boat ramp ain't steep, so I've got an Equinox that's front wheel drive, so I can't go to the river and put the boat in. The ramp's too steep. Like I say, I'll have to get me a new truck. But yeah, schedule an activity. You can do something part-time once or twice a week, if that's what you want. To me, I guess money's not a big issue as of now. I mean, it's just having an activity, something to do. So that's the thing. You don't want to sit around staring at the walls all the time. So I decided I'd start me up some YouTube channels and things to keep me busy. And I'll do a thing once a week where I'll give a tribute to one of my favorite hair metal bands. That's a new thing that I'm going to be doing. I'll be showcasing one of my favorite bands once a week, and then they're still talking about retirement and activities. So, and I take care of a lot of dogs. Started raising my chickens, and they give me about 6 eggs a day, so I sell the eggs. I always keep plenty for me and sell the rest, and they go quick. The prices at the grocery store of eggs, man, is just unreal. So, but yeah, spend a lot of my life on the go all the time. And I just want you to know, when the train stops, that don't mean that you have to stop, okay? The train stops, you get off the train, you go do your thing. Do the things you've always enjoyed doing. Playing music, man, is one of my, we've got a group at the church, and we're going to be playing at the fair coming up September, so we're doing a lot of rehearsals now, so yeah, I've always enjoyed that. There's a couple of guys that's got a rock band that want me to sit in with them and just jam with them. I enjoy it, so. But life goes on, man, and you just don't let it fly by. Do the things you enjoy doing, man. Sometimes, like doing my laps, if it's too hot outside for me to walk, man, I'll go down to the local Walmart and walk around. There's ways to get it done. So try to keep my weight in check. Try to eat the right foods, and that's important for men over 50 and over 55. Try to walk at least 30 minutes every day. In the morning or in the late evening, try to walk at least 30 minutes. That helps out with prostate issues and stuff like that. So, because if you're sitting down all the time, and you don't want that. You want to get out and walk around and do stuff, man. Stay busy. So, I mess around with some of the independent pro wrestling stuff. I used to wrestle myself, so, and my hips, they always remind me every day. I'm not in pain. It don't hurt. It's just stiff, So I have to get up and walk and loosen that up. When you get a certain age, that's what I told my wife. I said, I'm not in pain. There's nothing hurts. It's just stiff. It's like stiff as a board, and I got to loosen it up, and loosen it up and keep going. So I've always got my guitar in my hand, playing, going through stuff, or playing with my dogs, or I might sit down and enjoy a good movie, and then after that I get up. So, because in police work, it became a habit, is everything you do, you're always in a rush. Leave this call, go to that call, leave this call, go. You're always rushing. And then when you get that opportunity to slow down, it kind of hits you like, damn, I should be doing something. But you learn to slow down. And that could be, could be the same thing with a firefighter, or especially with an EMS worker. You're always on the go, all the time, going from here to there, here to there, here to there, moving. Then once that train stops, you still want to be moving, So, because one time, I was working with a department, we wide open all the time, and I was used to it. Then a guy wanted a supervisor at another department, so he hired me. So I go in, and we may have 1 or 2 calls a day. I'm like, my Lord. I mean, I'm not used to this, but I can get used to it, So I learned to slow down and work my traffic and answer my calls and just do things to be seen. So yeah, that's the message I want to give you. When that train stops, that don't mean you gotta stop. Okay, keep going. Hey, learn the spice of life, man. I mean, I'm lucky that the good Lord watched over me through my career, and I got to the point where I could retire. So I love having my YouTube channels and working on that. Do a little bit at the time, if you want to donate to my Cash App, I got that on there. I don't have the channel monetized. I got a long way to go before that happens, but to me it's just something to do, and network with some people, and teach people how to play guitar, and that sort of thing. To me, like I say, money's not a issue later on. I would hope to get monetization, but it's no, big thing for me, just as long as I reach out to people. So, but, I had the Cash App. You don't have to send much or any at all. I just got it up there. So, but every little bit helps the channel, man. And I'll be back later this week with my hair metal band of the week. I'm trying to decide which one. I have so many of them that I love, man. I just love music. I don't cut down any of them because I'm like this. Musically, for bands like that, to me, I'm always going for the underdog because everybody has something to say. And back in my day, we didn't have the internet, cell phone, or anything like that. Music's all we had, whether it was rock, metal, country, pop, rap. I loved all of it, man. So, and that's all we had. So I listened to all that. I've never cut it down or tried to. The only opinion I had on it was this guy or this girl's got something to say, and I want to hear it. And that's the way it was. So, y'all have a good good Sunday evening. Glad to have you. Appreciate you watching the channel. Y'all be good.